Maybe now? Maybe now. Yeah, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, this is what we're going to be dealing with now. I've got my walking floor trailer, and it's been a real pain in the ass to get it to unload into, say, an auger or hopper. And I'm converting, let me walk over here real quick. That white tank there that you can see, let's see if you can see it better here. This white tank will no longer be a tank that I put dry corn and beans into. What'd you do? Run out of gas?
Straight.
Oh, that's normal. You didn't fill it up before you went over there. Right. Gonna convert that into a wet bin. It's gonna go up into this dryer, and then the grain will go out and then up into the bin. But I need to be able to back my truck up to an auger and dump it in there. Well, you can't do that with a hopper trailer. It just doesn't happen that way. So what I'm in the process of doing is making a chute that'll come from the corner here, outer edge, all the way to the center, and the opening will be about there, but it'll ramp out to say there. It'll be fine. And hopefully everything works out that way. If not, well, guess what? We're just gonna have to deal with it. Now I've got the air out of the bag, so it will go up higher, and we can probably raise it up real quick, and you get a pretty good idea as to what the height of the back of that thing will be. Do this, just bam, right? So, that door, Peterbilt doors suck. Did you know that? They just suck. So I put air in these tires and raise it up, and it'll raise it up enough that I can get over a hopper or back into a hopper. And I'll put a block of wood or something there next to it so I can see where I'm at. So with the airbags inflated all the way up, which they are now, it'll give me enough room plus the 6 inches that it's down there. So it'll be 6 inches higher than that. And I'll just back up to the hopper and then open the doors, flip the open the doors. I'll have it's going to stick out 20 inches, and I'll be able to flip that thing down so that everybody can see my lights in the back, and we'll see how that works. If it doesn't work out, then well, oh well, such is life. But I've got all the steel here. The plans are in my head. I don't need to draw them, and just because I'm pretty good at that stuff, we're going to use that tin and self-drilling sheet metal screws, build the frame, and then cut the pieces out, lay them in, and yeah, hopefully it works better at the mill and works better here, so that I can use this as a wagon out of the field easier than what I have in the past. Most of the times when I would fill this thing up, I would just go to the field and then take it directly to the mill, but I'd kind of like to put it through this dryer. So that's what's going to happen, and I'll take you along for the ride. Just let my air out and we'll get onto that. Okay, after a little bit of debating and trying to figure out exactly how we were going to do this, we've pretty much come to the conclusion of how we're going to do it. We have built the frame that goes on the inside there because it will be removable. And we're going to go ahead and bore holes through the DOT bumper here. Boom, boom, bolt it, 2 1/2-inch bolts on either side. And then, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. He's going to cut 4-foot sections. Cut these 4-foot sections in, so these will become like that, down across and in front of the DOT bar, and then we're just going to build out from there. Yeah, it's going to cover up those lights. Ain't that wonderful? We're just going to build light brackets for the bottom and buy the wiring harness that plugs in and put in a new set of lights there, and it'll be fine. So yeah, that's how that's gonna be. I think we measured that wrong when we put that plate on, but I think we'll be okay. I can cut it out.
Well, you measured it all the way to the corner.
I did. Oh yeah, I did. That's some shit. Okay, but that's fine. We can just move it down because I'm going to put a piece here that goes flat.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and it won't be a full. Yeah, it'll be good. I think it'll be fine because we're going to make it 16 inches. We just got to get that done. So we're going to get 2 of these together, and then we're just putting it together as we go. I haven't fastened it on yet by any means. We'll get the mag drill out, or a regular drill. We can drill that. It's no big deal. And yeah, I put these tabs here. We're going to drill here. Going to drill a hole there. Then we're going to drill and tap that right there. Drill and tap that, and then just put a bolt into that so that it's fastened on there. And the whole point, you got an angle on that one. So the whole point is just, it doesn't matter if it gets covered with lights or anything, the corn will run in and it'll fill out. This will stick out about 16 inches and then just drop straight down into a hopper or at the mill. When it's wet, it isn't going to want to slide. That's why we're kind of making it the way we are. Grant had an idea, and I like the idea. It's just I know better when it comes to wet corn. You just make like a big chute, coal chute for the like for a gravity wagon. And it would have been great and everything, except when it's pushing out here and it ain't going to want to slide. It just, I don't think it would have worked out as well as I'd like it to. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it would have. I mean, we could still do something a little different yet, but I think it should just fall straight down, because a coal chute, it isn't going to want to slide from the corners and then just fall over the top and spill. Dry corn wouldn't make a damn bit of difference, but wet corn it will. Anyway, that's just what we're doing. Get on to it and we'll figure it out. Alright, so this is what we've got so far. Not a big deal. Alright, doesn't look like a hell of a lot, but I think it's going to work probably better than, it'll definitely work better than a chute, because it's going to catch that. But we'll definitely have to build something that we stick in here to go in here. Whether we put a tab and a piece of plastic. I got those heavy one.
Plastic and
Yeah.
door seal filling the gap.
Yeah, something. I have to stick something in there, because that corn is going to come out and it's going to spill. It's going to want to go out to the side. So I think it should be something that comes from here down. You know, I wish I could just make something that flops down and then flops back up again. I don't know, and I can. It's just a matter of, we can do that. I don't see why not. I'll put a piece of tin on it just so that it flops on the inside of this thing. Well, we'll figure that out tomorrow. I got to get more steel. So, go shut the power off to this crazy thing. And tomorrow's another day. And it'll all be covered in tin so that it'll be nice and slippery, and down she goes. I'll get some spray silicone. That'll make it go faster. Well, yeah, we're going to drill, tap, bolt. Same thing there. Drill them, tap them, bolt them. You're not even going to have nuts. Just put them on. Put them on, and that'll hold the thing tight. And hopefully everything is as tight as I'd like it to be. And then if I have to, I'll just get some weather stripping or whatever. But I think once we bolt that thing on tight, it's going to be pretty damn close.
Worst comes to worst, we got door stripping over there.
Yeah, that rubber, yeah, and just stick it in there just so it's not pissing out all over the ground. If it is at the mill, I don't care, because they got a pit, but and they can sweep it up. But for the most part, I think it'll be fine. Wheat is going to be a different story, but whatever, it is what it is. Tomorrow's another day. All right, so we're moving right along. Got a floor in. We got one panel, end panel. We're gonna cut he's cutting a little piece of flat stock. Make sure it's kind of level there. Put a piece of, here, hold on, before you do that, watch. There you go. That'll hold it up enough. So he's gonna cut a couple pieces. I'm gonna weld them in there and here. And then we'll overlap it in the center here. You'll never see the overlap. When we're done, I'm going to caulk it with RTV cement, I do believe. I don't know if it's going to want to stick to that. I don't know if it's going to want to stick to that damn
What do we want to do? Like
galvanized.
liquid nails or something like that?
No, I hate that stuff.
Hard?
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Whatever it is going to have to be something. And then the inside here will be tacked here, here, and here across there, but we're going to fold the lip. We're going to fold the lip. And that should, yeah, that should do it. That should do it there. Lights are going to be moved. They'll be covered here. This is completely removable by those 2 bolts there and 2 bolts on the other side, and it just pops right out. And you can remove it in a matter of just a couple of minutes. It'll pop right out. So we've got it so it'll go over a hopper. See, we brought that in so make sure that it was high enough. So that'll work. I think it's going to be pretty good. And then the corn will just come out of here. Beans will come out of here. They'll drop right down. This thing will stay on full time. And I can go get corn with this out of the field. I can go take it to the mill. Not going to have anybody complain about what we're doing. I mean, there's always going to be somebody complain, but they're not going to complain to me because I just give 0 fucks for complainers. Right? Right. That's what I thought. So anyway, that's it. That's what we're doing. Looks pretty good. The door closes. Kind of got this little fancy kinky dinky thing there. That works pretty good. And I'm going to build a piece that latches here about this far and here. So it'll slide right up along here. It'll slide there. It'll grab that. And it'll grab here. And it'll sit right in here. So anything coming out will have a little bit of a ramp. And then it can fall in. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to make it out of this stuff or just plain old steel. But we'll get it done. It'll look good. I'll take them off when I go to leave. And put them in the truck. And take them back out when you're ready to unload. Simple stuff. Any of these little gaps that are in here, we're going to have them pretty well covered up with the tin. And yeah, they'll be pretty well covered up with the tin. And like I said, I'm going to roll the edge and then we're going to tilt it so that it just touches underneath here. So anything that spills out, it'll go up against. And the pressure from the corn will actually force it against there and keep it from just running out the back. If it does, then you just put a little bit of weather stripping or tape. I could put, I could take duct tape or Gorilla Tape and tape it fast. It won't make a damn bit of difference because just when you're ready to take it off, you just zip, rip it off of there and life is good. And life is good. So there is a plug of sorts underneath there where I can just plug in new lights that are here. So those lights will be mute. They won't even be functional. And I'll just put some markers on the back and turn signals and stuff will go right down there. Even though I probably could get away with that. I probably could get away with that, but I'm not going to risk it. Anyway. Alright, we're getting some progress here. I've got a splitting headache, so I don't know how much I'm going to actually film today, but this is pretty much the gist of it. Big gaping hole down the bottom. Corn, beans, wheat, rye, whatever comes out here. We've got this lip there. I'm going to seal it off with, say, Gorilla Tape so that nothing falls out behind. I could use like foam or whatever, but I think it's just easier. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. So it's just easier to take some Gorilla Tape or duct tape, put it on there, run it across, seal it up. But right now we're building the removable wings to keep the grain, because it's going to come out, it's going to want to run out the center first when it's wet, and it's going to want to push on this when it's wet, not when it's dry. When it's dry, it's going to run right down in there. So we kind of got to have these wings that are removable and come across, come up, go into the top of this piece here. The tin will lay flat against that. We'll make sure that it does, and the back, this will all be tin, both sides, and that will make it just make it work more better, right? More better, if that's a word. Anyway, with that being said, I'm just going to shut up and start welding because my freaking head hurts. I feel like somebody hit me with a sledgehammer. I don't know why. Tim, did you hit me with a sledgehammer? These are our wings.
Your wing?
Yeah, so this is how you take them out. Like that. Fits down into this hole right here.
I see.
And you just take this guy here, hold it over here, stick it in, bring it around, and it sets in there. Any of the corn comes out, hits that. You can probably put a little tab or weld right on this corner here
Okay.
to keep it from flipping up. So I'm going to get a piece of key stock and put it right there because this thing here does not touch there. Just put a piece of key stock there, just a small piece, maybe a half an inch by quarter by quarter, half inch long, right on the top there, so that it won't force its way up. It'll just hold in place. And yeah, so what'll happen when you're unloading in wet corn, even dry corn, if this hopper fills up, it's always going to drain from the center, really the center.
Center.
Yeah, it drains from the center, so this will be pushing, and before you can get over there to shut it off, it may push to the top here and spill over.
Spill over, yeah.
We don't want it to spill over
Right.
at all. So you can't close the doors with this thing on.
Of course not.
And you just can't do much of anything. So I came up with this. Grant did the final welding on it. I did most of the welding, but Grant did the final welding on it, and he welded that one there together. But yeah. So as long as that thing,
That's awesome.
as long as when you go to pull that thing up, no, I don't know if I can. Yeah, it won't move. You can't even raise it up. No, I can't put something there. So yeah, but that's all that thing does. It sits in there. Leave them in the back there or leave them in the thing there, and before you open the doors, so that goes in, and that wet corn will go up into the wet bin. I can just back it right up. It'll go right under the hopper or over top of the hopper, and there you go. We're going to use to seal it up so that we don't have any spillage from those gaps. We're going to use window weld, 3M window weld, and all this is for windshields. We're putting windshields together, so we're going to glue that down these sides, and on the inside, I don't have to get too fancy anywhere else, but just down this side and on both sides, all the way around it, and life will be good. And that's that. We'll be demonstrating how this thing works soon enough. Right, Tim? You're going to drill a hole through your hand? I can't wait to see this nonsense. We should paint some eyebrows. Okay, so yesterday I took the beast out, the combine out. Went over to the it's over there through the thing there, through the window. You might be able to see it. Went over to Community Day. They asked if I could bring a piece of equipment, and I thought that combine would be good. So the boys finished this up. Go ahead and turn the lights on. So the lights come on. The trailer illumination is on. The light, yeah. That's all on. Got a turn signal. Got a turn signal over there. So yeah, brake lights all work. Not bad. Not bad at all. So this is it. We're gonna do the demonstration. Go ahead, shut it off and come on up here. So these are the wings that go on this trailer. I'll have Timothy demonstrate them. Come on, I want you to demonstrate these wings so that it all looks, you know, because it's a joint effort. It was me, Grant, and Tim did this. Grant did some welding. I did some welding. I think it's going to work out pretty good. I think it's going to work out just fine. So this will work with grain, all grain. We just, right now, we got to use our window weld. Window weld. Jesus, man. So you open them up. Do it right. Tilts it in. Tilt it back first. There you go. Just trying too hard. And that one there, I'm gonna say that one seems like it's got a little bit of a,
Touching the hinge here.
no, somebody bent the tin around the corner, which can't be. Gotta cut it off.
Oh, okay.
See that tin? Just cut it
Yeah.
off. Cut it off of there, it's causing a problem.
Alright.
So, yeah, just a simple fit and finish kind of a job. Yeah, that's causing problems. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. Material goes in, material goes out, slides down there, life is good. I'm gonna go get my caulk gun. I need you to, I don't care if it's starting fluid or whatnot, clean all the oils off of there. You can cut. So we've had a few busy days here. Rain and rain and, oh yeah, rain. And I'm seeing guys, women, men out harvesting. I follow Farming with Zoe on Instagram. I think she's an inspiring young lady, and still wonder, I'm not even gonna go there, but she started combining beans here yesterday or today or something. And I'm out here on my Hovsco electric bike, crashing into my soybeans that are still green as grass. Holy smokes. But I'm gonna just come on down here a little bit, oops, and show you. This is a very tall bicycle, and I'm in, oh, you know how hard it is to pedal through this stuff? Constantly pulls on you. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. Here's about the worst part of the field. I'm not joking. This is probably the worst part of the field. So this grass that you're seeing underneath there, that's not grass, that's wheat. This was double cropped beans, wheat beans, what I call them, wheat beans. And I threw the book at these things. I mean, I literally threw the book at them. All right, anything that I could possibly do. I have here a mature ladybug and a ladybug nymph. They are doing their job. Their job is to eat any of the sucking insects. Next year, I'm actually going to purchase ladybugs and put them out in the fields and incorporate that into my soybean growing program. The reason for that is if you buy them, I have a beautiful natural infestation of these things because they are eating what I would normally have to spray for. The secret sauce does both sucking insects and fungus, unwanted funguses. So yeah, that's what this is. But if you look out here, I hate walking through soybeans because you just walk them over. I had a lot of people say, hey, why don't you use 15-inch rows or 30-inch rows? I can't, not here. But if you look down in here, I'm pretty certain you're gonna see what I see, which is beans. Lots and lots of beans. And I'll pull these up here. It is dusk, so that's a 2 and a 3 beaner just reaching down in there. It's pretty fat, pretty pregnant looking, and there it is. Now this is a Group 3.0 soybean. The field over there is a Group 3.0 soybean. And I'm just starting to see on the tops of it where it's starting to yellow. It's maturing. They are going to be a smaller bean because of the time of planting being late, like it was, July. And that's just the way it is. Now, I have no intentions of harvesting this until at least November. That's just the way it is. We're a month out from harvesting these. I've got 230 acres that look just like this. Some as good, if not better. And these are wheat beans. These were sprayed with my secret sauce twice. A product that I put with the secret sauce, which, I mean, I don't know if I've mentioned it or not, but I'd rather not right now, but it works. And I also used all the Penergetic products, Penergetic P, Penergetic K, Penergetic BWV. Penergetic P is for plants. It enhances the plant growth. Obviously, these things have grown phenomenally well for the time frame that they were put in. I will be using that again next year. Penergetic K is for the compost. Let me reach down into the bottom here. This is the compost, all of this wheat straw. So what you want to do is you want to get this stuff broken down pretty quickly. You want it broke down very quickly because this plant, these soybeans, my cash crop, can utilize everything that's in that straw. And that was really what I was looking to do with the Penergetic K. So P and K. Penergetic K, 7 ounces to the acre. Penergetic P, 3 ounces to the acre. That's it, one shot deal. You can do K, multiple applications of K, but you only want to do one application of P because it will elongate the plant and actually negatively affect the standability. You'll have lodging. Obviously, these plants are incredible with the height of them, and the pod set for being planted in July, I'm more than pleased with that. These products are not cheap, so don't think you're going to get anything good cheap. The other thing that I did with these beans was I used an organic fertilizer. It just anything that you can do to push late planted soybeans or double crop soybeans is a plus. You cannot go wrong if you do that. Well, you can. I mean, if we ended up in a drought, you could have problems. Anyway, so I see all these people that are picking or cutting or doing whatever with their soybeans, and I'm like, man, I am so far out. But the corn, on the other hand, is, oh shit, oh, I'm gonna crash. My electric gas. Anyway, all right. You know what? I'm old. Leave me alone. Yeah, the corn is looking. Oh shit! Something happened. It quit on me. It doesn't like that. All right, just run the beans over, you dumb son of a bitch. There you go. Now I can pedal and talk at the same time. So this is a groundhog. These were nice beans, but the groundhog that lives in those old logs that I'm gonna push up. Ooh, I'm gonna push them out of the way. That groundhog's done, spent. Not deer, groundhog. Penergetic BWV does not bother groundhogs. So anyway, with that being said, I'll just shut my mouth and get on with the day, right? Right.